Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making a fabulous spring wreath. So I went to the dollar store with the intent that I was going to get a grapevine wicker style wreath like this one, which I used for a St. Patrick's wreath that I did on one of my blog posts. So I'll link to it in case you guys want to see how to do that one. And there weren't any. So the one they had at the dollar store was this one, which is really not my style. If you, it's a bit farmhousey for me and a bit rustic. I'm not really a super rustic person. So had this one in my craft room and I'm going to use this, and we are going to cover it with some nice classic white ribbon. So a couple things that might be helpful to you when you're shopping. Check to see that your colors go together while you're in the store. So take some time and just try to find things that you think work well together. I really liked these ones, and then I looked and looked and looked. I couldn't find anything, and then finally I found these little guys that kind of pulled this sort of middle color out of here. I want it to be sort of monochromatic, and I want it to be cohesive. So if you want to have bright, crazy colors, you be you. Also, I really like the bigger flowers. They cover a lot of space, and I just think they're super pretty. Okay, so don't try to wrap this ribbon all the way around in one ginormous piece. It'll literally make you crazy. Plus, like, why make your life difficult, right? So take about an arm's length piece of it and cut it. And then just work with this piece. So way, 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 way easier. So you're gonna, I'll show you this in a minute, but we're gonna glue it and then we'll just keep wrapping it. And all you gotta do is make sure that you keep your glued edge on the back side, and just, yeah, don't make things harder than they need to be. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys and I'm going to point you down so you can see what's going on the craft table, and we are going to make a really fabulous floral spring wreath. I'm excited, are you? Let's do this. And this is my helper, my bug. Say hi. This is Sage. She's sitting on the floor the whole time I'm crafting. It's so boring, eh? Okay, so I took a break from video because I wanted to just play around a little bit and see what I wanted it to look like. So take a little bit of time to kind of play around with your flowers and see what works. See what works for you, what you like, because it's your wreath. So yeah, just muck around with it a little bit. It's kind of going to be like this. Anyhow, I decided that it probably, because I want to put these guys on the back, and I think it might be easier to do these first. So you can see here that when I had these little bits of greenery here, they're actually like little flowers with leaves. Unfortunately, when I peeled them all apart and kind of got rid of the leaves, they ended up looking like snow-covered fir branches, which wasn't really the look I was going for on a spring wreath, but que sera, sera, right? We'll adapt. Also, the floral tape isn't nearly as hard as I make it look on this video, because I'm trying really hard to keep it so you guys can see and not be flipping the wreath over, so it won't be nearly this difficult for you guys. So yeah, just take the floral tape, attach a branch, then once you get that on, attach another one, kind of like I'm doing here. And this tape's not really sticky. It kind of sticks to itself, but it's not really sticky. It's meant more for like putting bunches of flowers together. Anyways, just, yeah, get them on there with the green tape. And I mean, you don't even have to use a green tape. You could probably use masking tape. Anyways, you get the gist of this. So basically you're attaching your two sections of spray on either side of the wreath, and then after that's done, we get to do the fun part, which is attaching the flowers. Okay, on to the flower part. So first, apologies for cutting off the bottom of the wreath in the video. But basically what you want to do is you want to have across from your sort of bare section of your wreath, you want to have your largest flowers, and then you want to work out to your smaller flowers. And I started putting these ones on with hot glue, and then I realized it made way more sense to just pin them on since it's a styrofoam wreath. Easier to do and easier to reposition if you change your mind. So yeah, I used the large chrysanthemums on the far edge, and then the peonies, and then I tucked in those little sort of hot pinky colored carnations. And for the last section, I I had these little plumeria type flowers just in one of my craft buckets in my craft room. So I tucked those into the ends, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy breezy. So once I had all the flowers in place, I felt like the wreath needed just a little something more. So I just took some of my white ribbon and I just did it in sort of an accordion back and forth, and I made a bow for the side. I just stapled it and then I just pinned it to the back of the wreath. You could use wired ribbon if you wanted to for this, but this worked fine. I just wanted to add just a little extra something onto the edge there. So that's about it. The only other thing that I did was after I was finished my video, I decided it needed a little extra pop of the hot pink, so I added in another one of those hot pink carnations. And I just hung it on the door. So there you go, easy breezy dollar store project, and you should make one up right now.